The frozen Antarctic. But what was it like in the past? Some estimates suggest that there was much more summer sea ice in the 1950s. But researchers can't tell for sure because there are no reliable records of the extent of the ice before the use of environmental satellites. Or so we thought.
It is more than 100 years since roving British whalers first sighted parts of this polar continent.
The first explorers of the Antarctic kept incredibly detailed records of ice formations in their logbooks.
This is a region of the Antarctic coastline.
Researchers have gone through the records of their epic journeys and reconstructed a digital map of their expeditions. It shows where the ice was and areas of clear water. The research indicates that the amount of ice back then was similar to what it is now.
The Antarctic sea ice is actually fairly stable, or fairly similar to today, if you contrast this with the Arctic, which has lost about sort of 26% of its extent.
These results suggest that the Antarctic in the south is much less sensitive to rising global temperatures than the Arctic in the north, which has experienced a dramatic decline in sea ice. That may be because there are fewer people in the southern hemisphere, and so the local climate and weather systems here are influenced more by the ebb and flow of natural variation.
There are many more information out there on where the sea ice edge is or was at the time. There are thousands of records, and it's very exciting to think that all this knowledge, which wasn't meant to be used for science, can indeed be used to understand the climate variability.
The early explorers went to the Antarctic in search of glory. But a century on, their legacy will have been to have helped scientists learn more about climate change